Rahul Gandhi's first reaction. He's taken to Twitter to say, "Come what may, my duty remains the same, protecting the idea of India." Now, my colleague Pallavi Ghosh is with us. She's bringing us each of these updates. Pallavi, tell our audiences, what's the takeaway from Rahul Gandhi's statement on Twitter?
So as we were talking about this ever since the news broke out, really, Toya, how the Congress party, but more importantly, Rahul Gandhi has pitched it as a fight for truth and also a fight against what they call the tyranny of the BJP. And you are going to be seeing that when Rahul Gandhi is going to do a special press conference at around 4:30 p.m. today, that, not make a big deal, but this was not a fight about me being reinstated as a member of parliament, but it was essentially a fight in which there has been an alleged misuse of the institutions by the government. And over here, of course, a reference to the needless punishment meted out to him. If you remember, and Rahul Gandhi had been travelling abroad, whether it was to America or it was to UK earlier, he consistently made the point at his various interactions over there that my crime was not in sync with the kind of punishment that has been given out to me. It is only the BJP's way of keeping me out of parliament because I asked them those uncomfortable questions. This is the essence which has been captured in Rahul Gandhi's first reaction after his conviction has been stayed. This is going to be the crux of its campaign of the Congress party, and I think even of the larger India opposition front alliance, which is borne out by the tweets of, say, a Mamata Banerjee or an Akhilesh Yadav and the others as well.
Okay, Pallavi, if I can ask you to stay with us, let's take our audiences through what the Supreme Court had to say right now. We're going to walk you through each of the big observations. Observation 1, that the petitioner, in this case Rahul Gandhi's, utterances were not in good taste. We're going to walk you through each of these points, then we'll go back to my colleague Pallavi to understand more. Observation 2, that a public person must exercise caution. Observation number 3, that they must exercise caution during public speeches in particular. Observation number 4, no specific reason, and this is important. This is where they've made a comment on the Gujarat High Court. For example, they've said no specific reason was given by the trial judge to impose the maximum sentence. Because remember, Rahul Gandhi was given the maximum sentence of 2 years. Observation number 5, this offence is non-compoundable, bailable and cognizable. Let's go back to my colleague Pallavi right now to understand more on this entire story and the reactions that we have coming in. Pallavi, it's quite clear from all of the Congress reactions that the Congress's hope here is that Rahul Gandhi will be back in Parliament in time for the Prime Minister's speech in the no confidence motion. I want to ask you, Pallavi, what is the likelihood of that? What is the historical precedence we have here? How quickly is the turnaround typically?
Well, I mean, his reinstatement as MP can happen as quickly as 24 to 48 hours, but that all depends really on how soon does the Speaker's office get an order copy. So the order copy, as we are being told, has not even been received by the legal team of Rahul Gandhi, because they're going to do a clipping of that, and also the order copy is uploaded on the website, and that has to be accessed by the Speaker's office. So the procedure is very simple, and Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary in fact said that in his soundbite, that they have already approached the Speaker, but the Speaker has to go by the rules. And so once the rule essentially and the procedure mentions that first of all the order copy has to be accessed by them, available to them, they have to go through the order copy, then the fine lines also have to go through, the conviction being stayed, the sentencing being stayed. It's after that the reinstatement procedure takes place. In the case of the precedents of the Puducherry MP, we saw it was done within 24 to 48 hours, but that is after he had approached the court, because he had also said that it's a long drawn out process. Despite the fact that my disqualification has been overturned, I have not been reinstated, and then he had to do it. So therefore, the same procedure time can happen as far as Rahul Gandhi's reinstatement is concerned. The Congress certainly would want him to be a part of the no confidence motion, which begins on the 8th. Just a very quick tidbit, last time round when the TDP had moved a no confidence motion against the Modi government, Rahul Gandhi had spoken on behalf of the Congress party, and when he spoke, he talked about the politics of hate of the BJP versus the politics of love of the Congress party, which is again the central theme of his Bharat Jodo Yatra, on which he is going to embark upon. And if you remember those pictures, he had walked up and hugged the Prime Minister. That is something something which I think the Congress party would want to do and have a replay of Toya, but all of this depends really on when does that reinstatement takes place. That is something, a decision which is taken by the Speaker himself.
Okay, one interesting thing, Pallavi, in the Supreme Court's pronouncement is that they have said that the petitioner's utterances were not in good taste. Any Congress comments on that?
See, during the legal arguments, consistently Rahul Gandhi's legal team has been saying on behalf of Rahul Gandhi that he never made a derogatory comment against any community. What was the case against him? It was on the ground that he had spoken out against the against the OBC community, which is the Modi community, and Rahul Gandhi said, I'm talking about Lalit Modi and Nirav Modi. Both of them don't belong to the OBC community. So I was talking about corruption, and therefore these were baseless allegations against me. That is the crux of Rahul Gandhi's argument. Also, I remember when he had gone to Kolad this time round again during the campaign for Karnataka, he was a little bit more careful with his words. These kind of similar words were not used. I think at this point of time, as the Congress party celebrates its win, Toya, I think the advice which has also been given to him is, let's be little restrained. It is important that Rahul Gandhi is there in Parliament till the Lok Sabha elections of 2024. But more than that, Rahul Gandhi can contest the elections from Wayanad. There's also a possibility that he may want to recontest from Amethi, because last time round he had lost from Amethi, but he would want to make that ultimate political message by contesting from Amethi. But that's a decision which has not yet been taken yet.
Okay, let me